morning on this beautiful sunny day, and the air is fresh and the sky is clear. And here we are in December and feeling good being outdoors. The power of our consciousness and the focus of our thoughts give the emotional body electricity and magnetic power. The power of our mind and emotions is an extraordinary force, an invisible energy, like the electricity that makes electronics work. Our electricity gives focus and a trajectory of energy like an arrow that we aim towards our dreams and goals. There is much to be said about physical action and taking the actions that are necessary and are absolutely necessary to have the results we are wanting. But equally and importantly is the focus of our consciousness and where our mind is thinking, what we are ruminating about, and the quality of our emotions surrounding a dream or a goal. Our world has changed this past year. Last December, we were making plans to be with family and friends and enjoying the traditions normally as they have been for decades for most of us. And here we are now in a whole new world. The focus of our consciousness is more important now than ever in focusing our minds on the joys and the happiness and the goals and the dreams that we have in our hearts without worrying about the how. And when the idea for the how comes, to take those actions with joy and anticipation of the dreams that we had been holding in our hearts. So many of us take actions with the fear of it not working, with the problems that we are focusing on, rather than the joy and anticipation of what we are wanting to create, to be created in a beautiful and easy way. There was a day, probably several years ago now, perhaps 10, where I had a magnitude of electrical cords and musician cords and things from my stereo and all these cords. They were wrapped up in this huge jumble of cords. And I had the desire to untangle them and put them away. So I had this ball of cords and I was sitting there and I was struggling and forcing and they were just tangling more and I was angry and I couldn't get them apart and I couldn't get them apart and I was really having a hard time in the physical trying to untangle these cords. And I thought, I'm going to relax and breathe and use the power of my imagination, the joy in my heart of allowing my consciousness and my soul's energy to be aligned with my physical actions rather than focused on the mess in my hands. So I closed my eyes for a moment and I imagined these cords suddenly effortlessly untangling in my hands. I saw them in my imagination stretched out on the floor, ready to be organized and put away or discarded. I took a deep breath and I felt the joy of what I was wanting already done in my mind. It was there, so easy, so complete. And then I took my hands and with two hands, in two motions, all of the cords miraculously untangled in easy flow. Now, of course, I had to use my hands to do it. We have to take physical actions in the physical world. But if we are attempting to do something in the physical world, even if it involves other people, and all we think about are the problems, the obstacles, the fears, and worry about it not working, if we focus on its failure, if we focus on illness instead of health, our energy is actually in the attractive trajectory towards creating that thing. We want to do our best in this time of fear to be in the love of our physical well-being, to love our lives the way they are, to see our future in a way that is unique and general, a general well-being about how our future will play out. What is it that I'm wanting in a general way? I want happiness, health, and well-being. I want all that I need and then some extra. I want the resources to do whatever my heart desires. Those general dreams with the love in our heart helps the immune system, helps our health and well-being. We can also take the physical steps towards that in getting good exercise, in feeling good about what we have and appreciation, and bolstering our immune system in the natural ways that you can research. Using the power of our consciousness for us instead of against us is the most important thing. And when we think about other people, we also want to see and imagine them behaving in ways that please us and love the good qualities that they have. The power of our mind, consciousness, and soul is a great thing. Happy December, everyone. Namaste.